Welcome to this lesson where I'm going to talk to you about the three edges. In trading, the word edge is used a lot, and let me just Google it for you. What is an edge? All right, an edge is when a person has an edge. An edge means having a slight advantage, superiority, or competitive, often intense quality of someone or something else. So it implies a unique, sharp, superior factor. So we have an edge in the market. There are three edges. When someone say he has an edge in the market, meaning I know something specific inside of a strategy that I'm using, that strategy that having has an edge, right? That's the edge, something outside of the norm that people are using. So in this video, I'm going to share with you an edge in your strategy, an edge in your psychology, an edge in your risk management. So when we trade, we can't have just one edge. That's the biggest misconception in trading that I see that other people are doing. You or we, when we trade, and this is a Venn diagram. The Venn diagram is showing you three things. We should have an edge in strategy, we should have an edge in psychology, and we should have an edge in risk management. So I'm gonna show you an example also in the chart so we can get you some perspective about how this works. So what does that mean for us? Because we are having three edges, what does that mean that we have three edges? An edge strategy. So we know what we're looking for, right? We know what we're looking for inside of the market. Let me just move this so you can just see it clearly. We know what we're looking for in the market. We know that we are looking for a 1 minute model or we are looking for a 15-minute school run model. We're looking for those two things. Those two things inside of our strategy is our edge. So when people say, "Do you have an A plus setup?" An A plus setup is all of these. An edge is not just one of these factors. There's an edge in risk management. Do you have a system inside of your risk management based on how you stop the bleeding, how you cut the losses, how you um, navigate your equity curve so your equity curve would not drop too much so you eventually blow the account? Do you have an edge there in your risk management? And do you have an edge in your psychology? Do you know that we are humans. Humans are usually based on, we love routines. Some people are effective at night, some people are effective in the morning, some people are productive and strict and sticking to their discipline and plan in the morning, and then their willpower will fade during the night, and that's your edge. It means that you shouldn't be trading in the morning. You should be trading at the afternoon because that's when you're most alert, right? And this here, can I draw on this? This here, right? Uh, this here, this is what we are looking for. This is what we're looking for on a daily basis uh, based on the edge that we have. This is the sweet spot that we need. We need an edge in strategy, edge in psychology, and edge in risk management. All right, let me show you this and give you an example of this in the chart. So you might be an expert in strategy. You know where the market is going, you know where the market is moving, and you know where the market is. Let me copy this. You know how it works. You know how everything works, and I see this with the Einsteins on my comment section on social media that they know all the strategies in the world, but it's not working somehow. So why is that? Because it's not about what you know in the market, it's how you can apply it. So let's give you an example of the strategy. Let's say I'm an expert in strategy. I know exactly where the market is moving. I'm waiting for a liquidity sweep right here, right? Look at this. Liquidity sweep on 1 hour, let's say. And then it gives me a breakup structure. It gives me a breakup structure right here, and it entered a fair value gap in this area right here, and this is it. And this is what happens, right? It entered the fair value gap right here. I'm waiting for this moment to happen, and this is what happens because I have a strategy, but I don't have psychology in place. I don't have psychology in place, and I have risk management in place. So it just broke structure. This is usually when the strategy is telling me to enter the trade. But because I'm so uncertain, I have so much self-doubt. My psychology is not that strong. I didn't sleep well the night before. My edge in my psychology is not correct. It's not strong. So this is what happens to me in the market. Should I enter? Should I not enter? Oh, should I do it right? Oh, no, 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 it's returning. So I'm happy I didn't enter. But now it's reversing. So should I enter now? Should I check what should I do? Should I check the checklist? Should I wait? Should I enter? If I enter right now, the stop loss will be way too big. Should I enter right now? I'm not sure if I should enter because if my stop loss is too big, and you've missed the trade. You've missed this entire move because of your psychology was not that strong and we didn't have the edge in our psychology. I'm just being completely transparent. This is what happens. And like you will come back this video. This video is based on you coming back to this video and rewatching it to get your psychology and your understanding of what needs to be done in place. Um, that's what happens when you have bad psychology. The same thing with having a strategy and having a psychology. If you have a strategy and a psychology part in check, and but your risk management is not correct. So in this trade, you know exactly when you enter and you're brave. You want to enter this trade, you enter it right here. You're taking your stop loss right here, and you're taking your profits on these area highs right here. You're entering this trade. It goes, it continues, and you're thinking, why didn't I enter this trade with more risk? Let's say it took out profit right here. It usually, I think, is going to do it. But why did I enter with more risk right here? Because my risk is usually 1%. And why didn't I enter with 1%? I only entered with 0.25% on this move, and it gave me a 0.75 in profit or zero point 0.5 in profit, which it could have given me a 2% in profit. Why didn't I do that? Because I don't have an edge in my risk management. This is what usually happen. I'm showing you the issues that's happening so we can eventually in this module find the solution for all of these. And the same thing goes with the opposite. If you have a bad risk management, you don't know when to enter on a 2% trade and risk trade, or on a 1% risk trade, or on a 0.5% risk trade. You have it all backward. You don't have a system. We don't have a system that we are following on this. So this is what I'm gonna hopefully teach you during this module so you can learn to have all of these three. So we've already set the strategy part. We need to set the psychology and the risk management part to be able to go through with trading and to be able to make money in the long term in our trades. All right? That's basically it regarding the three edges, the importance of three edges. So we can't leave one of them out. These all three needs to be applied and focused and structured on a daily basis. So, and also something I don't want to forget to mention is your your equity curve based on who you are will grow. If you start trading now from zero, right? Zero amount, you will grow. Let's say you will jump up to $100, right? This requires the three edges. Let me just do the three edges in a new way. Three edge. This gives you the three edges in a new way where you need to grow. So you're growing to this area from here, you're going there, you're developing yourself. So the $100 needs a new three-edge strategy for it because you're growing, you're risking more, you're doing more. Now, when you go from $100 to $500, then you need a new edge again. It will give you a new edge again because you are doing something different, you're growing as a trader, and you will have a new challenges that you face on the $500. And this continues to happen over and over and over again because our mind, when we are here, we are seeing this $500 as something huge, right? But when we reach it, it becomes a part of us. And that's $500 start feeling like the same thing that it felt when we have a $0 in our account. And then when you grow again, when you grow to $1,000 a month, this same edge continues to follow along, and this $1,000 will start feeling like $100. And eventually, the more you grow, the almost the amount of money will start disappearing. You start counting everything based on the um, how you trade it. I don't want to digress. This is the three edges lesson right here. Just a short recap. I talked about there are three edges in our main three edges. There's a strategy edge, psychology edge, and the risk management edge. So there is a real edge is not one of them, is all three that are met together. One of them can be missing out. You don't have an edge if you have one of them, if you have strategy and risk management and you don't have psychology. You have to have all three of them to be able to to make it basically as a trader. So short lesson check-in, what edge is your weakest right now? Is it strategy, psychology, or is it risk? One sentence is enough. This keeps you thinking about, what am I here to improve? What do I need to know more about so I can improve? Right. As usual, follow me on YouTube. If you like this video, follow me on Instagram. And if you haven't done it already, join the Skool community. Take care and see you on the next lesson.